Hello, I'm the Cat in the Hat. I have a shout out to Alyssa from Party City because I've been there today. And that is what I will say. I hope you enjoyed this. So, now I'm going to read a different kind of book because today, since I read one about myself, this one is about a friend of mine whose name is Thidwick, the big-hearted moose. And it's written by my own author, Dr. Seuss. And that kind of rhymes in a way that every book has a rhyme in it, so listen to this one. So here we go. Up at Lake Winnebago, the far northern shore, there's a huge herd of moose, about 60 or more, and they all go around in a big happy bunch looking for nice tender moose moss to munch. Up at Lake Winnebago one day they were lunching, just strolling along and enjoying their munching. For those moose moss that day was especially fine when it happened that Thidwick, that loose moose in line, saw Bingo Bud sitting. The bug called out, "Hey, it's such a long road and it's such a hot day. Would you mind if I roll on your horns for a way?" "Of course not," smiled Thidwick, the big-hearted moose. "I'm happy my antlers can be of some use. There's room there to spare, and I'm happy to share. Be my guest, and I hope that you're comfortable there." So the Bingo Bud picked out a nice, easy seat, and the moose went on looking for moose moss to eat. Well, an hour or so later, the bud heard a squeak and heard the small voice of a tree spider speak. "I say," said the spider, "you've got a fine place. That moose seems quite friendly, has such a nice face. If I got on too, do you think you would mind? Hop aboard," laughed the bud, "and I think that you'll find that the moose will object. He's the big-hearted kind." "I accept," said the spider with joy and delight, and he started a web on the horn to the right. While the spider was spinning, he heard a gay song, and a fresh little zinazoo bird came along. He stopped and he stared at each other. Well, what a smart place to build. What a great place to dwell. I have been living on trees ever since I was born, but it's something new when I live on a horn. If there's room there for two, then there's room there for three. There's plenty of room left the bud, and it's free. Thidwick stopped walking. What was all that talking? These guests are caught Thidwick, the moose unawares. "Hey," he called out, "what goes on there upstairs?" "Just building a nest, sir," the zinazoo said, and began yanking hairs out of poor Thidwick's head, and he plucked out exactly 204. "Don't worry," he laughed, "you can always grow more." Then he dozed off to sleep in his fine moose hair nest. "This bird," murmured Thidwick, "is sort of a pest, but I'm a good sport, so I'll just let him rest, for a host above all must be nice to his guest. Besides, now it's getting quite late in the day, and surely tomorrow they'll all go away." But at last the next morning, the sun's early light brought to Thidwick's sad eyes a most unwelcome sight. "Meet my wife," said the bird. "I was married last night. And perhaps, by the way, I should mention to you that her uncle is coming to live with us too. You're a very fine host, so I knew you'd be willing." Then the uncle, a woodpecker, started in drilling. All Thidwick's friends shouted, "Get rid of those pests! I would, but I can't," sobbed poor Thidwick. Their guest. "Guest indeed," his friend answered, and all of them frowned. "If those are your guests, we don't want you around. You can't stay with us because you're just not our sort." And they all turned their backs and walked off with a snort. Now the big friendless moose walked all alone and forlorn with four big woodpecker holes in his horn. "What holes?" whispered Hermit, a squirrel who spied him. "What holes do I let in? Mind if I tried them?" "They're yours," called Woodpecker. "Get right them, Sam. This big-hearted moose runs a public hotel. Bring your nuts, bring your wife, bring your children as well." So the whole squirrel family all jumped on, pow, mow. And the very next thing the poor animal knew, a bobcat and a turtle were living there too. Now, what was the big hard moose going to do? What would you do if it happened to you? You couldn't say scat, cause that wouldn't be right. You couldn't shout scram, cause that isn't polite. A host has to put up with all kinds of pests, for a host above all must be nice to his guests. So you try hard to smile, and you try to look sweet, and you go right on looking for moss to eat. But now it was winter, and that wasn't easy, for moose gets scarce when the weather gets freezy. The food was soon gone on the cold northern shore of Lake Winnebago. There was just no more. And all Thidwick's friends swam away in a bunch to the south of the lake. When this moose wants to munch, he wants her leaving. And then Thidwick knew he starved if he stayed here. He has to go too. He stepped in the water, then, oh, what a fuss. Stop, screamed his dad. You can't do this to us. These horns are home, and you've no right to take our home to the far distant side of the lake. Be fair if it would bad with a lump in his throat. We're fair, said the bug. We decide this by vote. All those in favor are going to say aye. All those in favor of staying say nay. Aye, shouted Thidwick, but when he was done. Nay, nay, and they all yelled. He lost 11-1. We win, screamed the guests by a very large score. And poor starving Thidwick climbed back on the shore. Do you know what those pests did? They asked in some more. They asked in the fox who jumped in from the trees. They asked in some mice and they asked in some fleas. They asked the big bear and then, if you please, come a swarm of 362 bees. Poor Thidwick sank down with a groan to his knees, and then there came something that made his heart freeze. Bullets came zinging right past Thidwick's face. Guns were banging all over the place. Get that moose, Thidwick heard a voice call. Fire again and again, and shoot straight one and all. We must get his head for the Harvard Club wall. Thidwick took to his heels with that load on his head. With 500 pounds on his horn that was flat, he could have run faster without all those pests. But a host above all must be nice to his guests. Up cannon, off cliff, over a wild, rocky trail, with bullets balancing around him like hail. Up gully through gulch and down slippery sloughs, with his hard-hearted guest raised the soft-hearted moose. Finished? Not Thidwick. Decidedly not. It's true he was in a most terrible spot, but now he remembered a thing he forgot. A wonderful something that happens each year to the horns of all moose and the horns of all deer. Today was the day Thidwick happened to know that all horns come off so that new ones can grow. And he called to the pest on his horns as he threw them. You want my horns, and you're quite welcome to them. Keep them, they're yours. As for me, I shall take myself to the far distant side of the lake. And he swam Winnebago and found his old bunch, and arrived just in time for a wonderful lunch at the south of the lake, where this moose must to munch. His old horns they are where you knew they would be. His guests are still on them, all stuffed as they should be. The end. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you don't make any moose mess, or else you might have some moose moss too. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe me some more. And thank you, Alyssa.